This is the International Linguistics Center here on this campus that I'm going to show you around to right now. And on this center is not just Wycliffe USA, but also Wycliffe Global Alliance has an office here. SIL International has an office here. But also Pioneer Bible Translators has an office here. And at the same time, this is also the Graduate Institute of Applied Linguistics. And so this is the actual graduate school where I'm training right now in graduate studies to become an arts specialist later. So I just thought I'd show you around and just take you with me and show you what I've been learning. Oh, and by the way, the reason why I'm doing a video right now is because I'm taking an audio-visual techniques for field workers class. So I'm not expecting this to be professional, but hopefully it's a little bit better than anything I've done in the past. So come with me. For the first building that I want to show you here on the campus, it's the Mailer building over here, and specifically I want to tell you a story here about these flagpoles that you see behind me. Normally there's flags on it from different countries, and it's kind of this interesting fun game where we try and guess what country they're from because they switch out every week or two. But here's the interesting thing. Almost 15 years ago today was when I first came to this center as a 20-year-old sophomore, and I was training for my first internship discovery trip 15 years ago. And I remember we took a picture here on these flagpoles, by these flagpoles with the 5 of us, the teammates here, and we took a picture to remember it. Well, just recently I was able to take a picture with my 5 interns that I have here now that I'm the internship coordinator for Wycliffe USA, and it brought back so many memories. So just want to show you these flagpoles, even though there's nothing really on them right now, mostly because of what's going on in Colorado. They're at half-mast. But I wanted to show you these flagpoles because they're pretty significant to me and it makes me think of 15 years ago every time I see them. So come with me, I'm going to show you around the Mailer building. Welcome to the Mailer building. Now that we're inside, this is where the front desk is, where the hospitality is. The hospitality office is over here as well. This is where I spent a lot of time taking care of paperwork for the interns when I first got here, getting security badges, all that kind of stuff. So I've gotten to know the ladies here quite well, and they are pretty awesome. But I'd like to show you more of the GIAL building here and show you where my classrooms are that I've been taking classes. So if you'll follow me, we'll just kind of walk through here, through the Mailer building. I do want to say when I first got here, it was actually quite interesting. I was in the lobby and I'm dressed all corporately like I normally do in Orlando. But the funny part was I would see Trevor Shue. So for those of you in Orlando who knew Trevor Shue, he worked in the office of the president. Never really had a casual Friday day, but all of a sudden I see him in jeans and a t-shirt, and it was and a backpack. I almost didn't recognize him at first, and he said he felt very uncomfortable for the first couple weeks being back here because it's such a different feeling. So as you'll notice, I'm now in t-shirt and shorts walking around. So rather than being a corporate person now, I'm more of a student, which is a completely different feeling. Same thing for Matt and Laura Bray, actually, for those of you who know them in Orlando. Saw them, backpack on, and now rather than being tourists in the Orlando office, we're more students together. So these are the classrooms here. As you'll notice, nothing too exciting. We have chapel in this bigger room over here. This is the classroom where we've been taking the audio-visual techniques class in here. Pretty dry, but I just thought I'd show you around so you can kind of get a feel for it. And if you'll keep following me, I'll show you where the quad is out here, because this is the biggest section of the campus, really. The majority of the campus is up here, kind of on the upper part of the hill, and the 4 major buildings make up the quad. So if we step outside, by the way, you can't sense it now, but it's pretty hot, actually. I remember I was making a comment to one of the interns as they were coming out, and they were going to be playing ultimate frisbee out on the field. And I said, okay, be careful because it's over 100 degrees. And they're like, oh no, it's only 97. And I thought, yeah, only when it's 106 here do we realize that only 97 is, not too bad. So it actually doesn't feel too bad out here. A little bit less humidity. It's probably only in the high 90s or something like that. But let me show you the courtyard over here. So we just came from the Mailer building, kind of want to orient you here. And over here to my right is the Pike building. The Pike building is where we have not only offices for GIAL professors and the recruiting office for GIAL, But they also have the main library, which in itself doesn't look that impressive until you actually get to know what's in the library, where we have tons of journals, top-level linguistic journals, anthropological journals, sociolinguistics. The top-level stuff that you can't get anywhere else is here. It's actually quite impressive. Over here on my left, we've got Mailer, and then across the courtyard over here is the Hunt building, where they have a lot more technical things. They have the language software development stuff over here. They also have the archiving office. So we actually have 3 interns working in this building over here. 1 working in software development and 2 working in the archives, actually, documenting archive data from older missionaries who didn't have their stuff recorded on digital technology stuff. And the archives are actually located in the basement of the Key building to keep them safe. So over here's the Key building, and I'll take you for a tour of the Key building a little bit later so you can actually see where the Wycliffe office is, the Wycliffe recruitment office. But that's where we have a lot of administration over here. SIL International Administration, their HR office is here. So yeah, I spend a lot of time just walking between the buildings. In fact, when I first got here, a lot of what I was just doing was going from my office in the Key building over to the Mailer building to take care of paperwork for the interns, to the Pike building to register for classes and pay my tuition, back to the Hunt building to visit the interns, back to the Key building. So a lot of time is spent here in the quad, which I can imagine is going to be a lot more enjoyable when it's not nearly so hot. So if you want to pan around here, I'm going to take you to see the other side of the courtyard, or the quad over here, so you can see where we end up when we kind of come through the courtyard. So follow me over here. If I keep walking, the rest of the campus is made up of different offices and different kinds of facilities for us. We have a medical clinic here. We have a counseling office. We have a lot of housing. We have RV park. We have a huge apartment building for retired missionaries. And if you'll look over here, so if we go on the other side of the Key building over here, we have a boutique, our own full-time boutique over here where people can donate clothing and other things, especially when people are in transition. It's a huge help to the rest of us. You can just go in and find something that fits you and that you like and be able to take it home. Which saves us huge amounts of money on bills. And then if you pan around over here, we have our medical clinics and the RV park and apartments way in the back there. We have the dining hall over here where we eat meals. And then way down the hill, I'm not going to take you all the way down there, but you can imagine we have what we call the guest house if you're not a student, or the dorm if you are a student, depending on what you want to call it. Actually, let me take you a little bit past here so you can just kind of see, get a feel for it. But yeah, so the quad is up in the top of the hill, and then we have farther down the hill, we have more housing. One of the unique things that's on most of our U.S. office sites is museums. So actually at JARS, we have the Museum of the Alphabet and the Mexico Museum. In Orlando, we have the Discovery Center. Here in Dallas, so if we pan around, there's the dining hall over there. We have housing down here with the guest house, the activity center down here where we actually had the Total It Up class a couple weeks ago. And over here beyond the bushes over here would be where the museum is. So that's kind of a feel for the campus as a whole. And in just a minute, I'm going to show you where the Key building is in my Wycliffe office over there. So here we are at the Wycliffe US office, which is a space that Wycliffe USA has reserved or rented within the larger building of the Key building that I showed you earlier. And I just want to show you guys around and introduce you guys to a few people that are here. It's definitely different than Orlando. So as you'll notice, we have plenty of paraphernalia everywhere. But come on in and I'll show you around to some. Oh, actually, let's introduce you to one of the interns real quick. This is Louise. Come here, Louise. Come here. Come here.
Hello.
This is Louise. She actually works across the hall from me, so I get to see her all the time in the ethnologue department.
Yes.
Oh, they're all here. Oh my goodness. Okay, come here. Spontaneous. You're in my newsletter. Come here, quick. Oh my gosh, the interns are here. I totally forgot. Okay, so this is Josiah. No, you got to step into the doorway. Okay. Josiah. This is Josiah. He's working in software development. And this is Sarah.
Hello.
And Sarah is working with one of the professors at GIAL. And this is Cindy. Cindy, come over here. Cindy and Leah are both working in the archives department that I showed you guys earlier. So, yay, what a spontaneous moment. Thank you guys.
No problem.
Got to introduce you to all my supporters. That was awesome. Great. Okay, cool. Now let's go walk around the Wycliffe office. That was awesome. Perfect timing. Okay, so this was kind of my office for the first couple weeks. Not really an office, but, you know, a conference room of sorts. You can see all the photos of all the past interns there. Let me show you who's currently in the office today, because we never really know. It's kind of a catch-22. This is Barry Hohulin, and he is one of our recruiters here in the Dallas area. Briefly. Okay, let's keep moving around here. This is Justin Stanford, and Justin is the director for the Get Global teams, the short-term mission teams. So we're all gone, so I don't know what you're doing right now, but...
I don't know either.
Okay, this is where my roommate normally sits, but she's currently in Guatemala leading a Get Global team. This is where Christina Torrey usually sits. Christina Graves now, sorry. Christina Graves, who oversees the recruiters in this area, associate director. And she's out right now. And oh, Pat's not here either. Bummer. This is Pat's little cave, Pat Walkinshaw, who's also one of our recruiters. Obviously, very much in love with Africa, as you can see. So this is the Wycliffe office. Now I want to take you to show you what it looks like to get to this office, and also the Ethno Arts office that happens to be directly below me, so I get to fellowship with those people. So come with me. We're going to take a little walk here. I will turn off the fluorescent lights because they're not really fond of them here in this office. Okay, so this is what it looks like if I was to come in. So here's the Wycliffe office, here's the hallway. It's going to get much louder because there's actually people here, and it's close to lunchtime. But okay, we're going to walk a little bit faster so I don't bore you with the boring hallway here. Oh. Let's pass this people. You know, oh, it's crazy. Hard mess. Oh dear. That's okay. Alright, so we're walking downstairs. Yes, I take the stairs every day. Kind of my only chance for exercise sometimes. Alright, we're going down to, yes, I'm on the 3rd floor. Now we're going down to the 2nd floor. And if not for the artwork, I might not know exactly what floor I'm on. Okay. So this is the 2nd floor, and on this floor we actually have the Wycliffe Global Alliance, part of the office that's here that's not in Singapore. Oh, Corey, can I introduce you to someone? Can I introduce you to my supporters?
Sure.
Yeah, this is Corey Cummins. He does administration for the Ethno Arts office that's here, and I'm assuming nobody's here in the office right now.
Not currently.
To introduce anybody to.
Sorry.
Okay, but anyway, I'm doing my video newsletter.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of taking people through the key building.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, glad that you made it. Nice to meet you.
Okay, let's keep going.
All right.
Thanks, Corey.
See ya.
Totally spontaneous. All right. So let's keep walking downstairs so I can show you where it's at in relation to the rest of the campus that we just saw. As you probably noticed, there's tons of artwork everywhere. So even like displays for the ethnologue that I was describing before that our intern Louise works on. Currently they're working on the 17th edition that should come out any day now. Well, I guess in the next month or so. But this is the compilation of all the known languages in the world, which is pretty exciting and intimidating to work for an organization that works on such high-tech stuff that people use all over the world. So, another set of stairs. Yes, once again. This floor down here is where we have the SIL International HR office, International Administration. Some of the big wigs were here. So this is HR for SIL International in here. And then I come over here. So that direction would be the quad that I showed you before. And this direction is the other side of the building, the key building. Ooh. And it's really bright. I hope you can focus on this. But anyway, so this is the other side of the campus over here, where we have our boutique. Oh, that squeak, that door. We have the boutique here, we have the pool over there, We have a field for playing ultimate frisbee, and we have the dining hall down here. So I hope that gives you a good orientation to this side of the campus and a little bit of my previous work stuff in working with the interns. Thanks for coming with me on this tour of the Dallas campus here at the Graduate Institute of Applied Linguistics. I hope you enjoyed it. It kind of feels like you're here with me, which is nice. I do miss you all, and there's no way I could be here without your prayers and encouragement and support, so thank you. And I miss you, and so keep in touch. Let me know how I can be praying for you guys at the same time. So until I'm able to report to you from another country someday, here's where I'm at in Dallas, and look forward to hearing from you guys.